How's it going, Scrub Gamers? It's your boy Scrub Games coming at you with a juicy new piece of content for you to enjoy. But before we do get into the topic of the video, I just want to let you know how you can help support the channel, and that is by checking out Firestorm Games using my affiliate link in the description box below. Because Firestorm Games offer a whole host of products for almost every kind of hobby there is, be it Dragon Ball Super, Pokemon, One Piece, you name it, and they'll likely have it, and at some quality prices too. So just make sure to click the link below and check them out to see the whole host of products they offer while helping support the channel. And also, remember, there's another way to help out the channel, and that's by dropping a like, leaving a comment on the video, and best of all, hitting that subscribe button to keep up to date with my content when it drops. Because I'm still on the road to 1k subs and looking to hit that by the year's end. But now we've got all that sorted, let's dive into the topic of the video. Right, so let's get into the topic at hand, and as you can see from the title of it, we're doing a little review of the Green Broly deck from set 22 Critical Blow, and it seems quite interesting. I think this is the only one I saw before, like up until recently when all the reveals were done. When people also let me know about the Gogeta deck, because I do love my Gogeta decks. And this one was quite interesting. This is the only one I really saw before I saw the actual full reveals. And I feel like most of this deck you can really just put in is like better used with the Surge Leader, but we'll go over it after we've seen the cards and discuss it at the end. But for now, let's have a look at the leader going first. So front side is Broly and Paragus together. So back when they first appear, it's Broly with Paragus. Paragus with his nice little tan, Broly being pale as anything. And he's got two activate mains and an awaken skill. So first one is add up to one Broly or Paragus card, both green with entry cost of 1 from your deck to your hand. Shuffle your deck and it gets skill for the game. So a one-time use, similar to what we've seen on the Broly BR deck, the starter deck one, where you get that one-time activate main use to grab a specific card. This one allows you to grab any one Broly or Paragus that is green with entry cost of 1 from your deck, but that's it. Once you use that, you can't use it for the rest of the game. And then you got Never Activate Main, which is if you have 2 or more energy and you have a skillless Broly card in play, you draw 2 cards, add cards from your life to your hand so you have 6 life left, and flip this card over. So an alternative awakening that's not in the awakening, so that's quite cool. So this can be hampered by certain skills, like it can be hampered by certain skills. Not sure exactly. I know there might be some really old ones, but that's a way to alternatively awakening. Get a skillless 2 cost or more, a skillless Broly card in play. When she has 2 cost or more. I don't think there are any skillless Broly cards. It's weird that they haven't done that yet. They've done it for most other characters, but Broly hasn't had a skillless battle card. But that is way. Yeah, that gives you draw 2, or you got your normal awaken, which is when your life is at 4 or less. You draw 1, untap 1, flip your leader over. So this is the first leader that can actually get the mid-range awakening of draw 1, untap 1 to get extra energy. So that's quite cool. You have to get under 4 less life. You can't do it any other way. But if you do want to awaken at a higher life, it's just you're drawing 2 instead and not get extra energy. So that's quite cool. And then when you do flip over, you're now just Broly. You just SS Broly with the green hair, Devil of Destruction, and you have 2 pretty cool permanents. So first one is your red-green multicolor Broly cards in all areas get minus 1k combo cost and 5k combo power. So they lose the combo power, so if they're 10k they go to 5k, but they all get their combo cost reduced, so then free the combo, which gives you some arrival shenanigans. And Broly has had a few decks where you get some red-green arrival cards, which is quite cool. So that's a really nice way to get to make it so your hand isn't clogged with multicolors, which has been some of the issues with old Broly decks, having too many multicolored cards that you can't really combo or make use of in your hand. So that's really cool. Then you got the permanent, or the ever permanent, being during a battle, which your Broly card is attacking a battle card, your opponent can't activate counter skills. So if you go and ham into one of your opponent's battle cards with your battle card, your opponent can't do anything to stop you with a counter skill. That's pretty cool. And then you've got a way to gain advantage by the auto. So now you can actually do something on the leader that isn't just a one-time use of an activate main. You now have it so when you attack, you draw a card, and then additionally, you don't have to if you don't want to, you may place 1 green card, just any green card, be a fill card, battle card, well, you can't really put Z extra in your drop, but yeah, a green card from your battle area in the drop. If you do, this card gets 5k power for the turn. So there you go. You can put. I don't know if Gingertown. I think the Turtles Tree of Might can't be removed from your battle area by your skills. I don't know if Gingertown can either. But yeah. So you can, when you attack, you can draw a card. Well, when you attack, you draw a card. You got to draw a card, and then you can place a green card in your battle area to gain extra 5k power for the turn. So that's quite cool. Go to 20k swing every time. That's always useful. And yeah, so that can make use of some skills. Like I know you can technically, if you want to, put in the demonic restraint fill card to make use of that if you want to. They help you take life too as well. But then you don't get really any big benefit from that. Just you do get a benefit in being able to sack off a card for free to gain 5k power every turn for free. That's pretty cool. So there's that. So that's what the leader does, and it does get some Z cards. The first one is a Z leader. So is this the green deck that gets a Z leader? So yeah, there's one. Yeah, it was one red. Each color so far has one side that gets the Z leader, and one that gets. Oh, I think yeah, all decks so far have had a Z extra. All the decks have had a Z extra. But one gets a Z leader, the other one gets a few extra Z cards to make up for not having a Z leader. And Broly gets SS Broly, All Transcending Devil, a 20k base C leader that requires 2 Z energy, and to be at 3 or less life and have Broly's Ring and Dorman Legend in your drop on top of a green Broly card. So this one I really like because you can use this with the Surge Broly lead because it's just on any green Broly card. But you need to have a Broly's Ring and a Dorman Legend in your drop, and that's easy enough to do because we'll see we get some replacements. There's easy ways to get, because remember there's the Goten card, but when you combo with it, you can send a specific extra, like an extra card to your drop to then untap, draw one, and make it untap to make it essentially a free combo, and then draw one and replace itself and get that set up. So you've got ways in the Surge Broly to do that, which is pretty cool. And then also you keep the permanent where your red green multicolored Broly cards in areas minus 10k combo cost. And now they don't lose the combo power, just the combo cost. Now when you Z-Awaken, your one cost. So when you awaken and you're on your Awaken side lead, your multicolored Broly cards are now 0 cost 5k if they're 10k, or if they're 1 cost 5k, they're 0 cost 0k. But normally I think they're all 1 cost 10k, so they become 0 cost 5ks. And now when you're on your Z lead, they're just 0 cost 5k, 0 cost 10ks. So you get the full combo power without the cost, which is really good. Got the same permanent as well. During battle when a Broly card is attacking, when your Broly card, I think let's have a look. Yeah, just any of your Broly cards are attacking a battle card. So if you need to attack a battle card, you get this as well, where your opponent can't have the counter skills. And then you got like a kind of a more improved version of the auto, which is when this card attacks. Drawing cards, the same thing there, but additionally you may place 1 green card from your battle area in your drop. If you do, you gain 10k power for the turn, meaning it becomes a 30k swing, which is really good. So a big upgrade on the Z lead. I'm just happy you can use the Broly Surge leader as well, and we'll see how you can easily get those Broly rings and Dormant Legends set up in that deck. So that is it. So the leader and Z leader is pretty good. Z leader I feel could be better placed. It played in Broly Surge, but yep, still a pretty good leader and Z leader. So let's look at some of the ever Z cards it gets. So first one is it gets an SR Broly Z battle card, being SS3 Broly Tyrant. So this is really cool. 2 cost 20k, it requires 2 Z energy. Unique, so you can only have 1 on board at a time. And it's got permanent, so when this card will be played from your Z deck, instead of paying this card's energy cost and Z energy cost, you may place 1 non-unique green card from your battle area in your drop and pay 1 green and a Z energy cost of 1. So essentially what it's saying, that big wordy permanent, is to avoid. So instead of paying its actual cost, you can pay one energy and 1 Z energy by placing a non-unique green card from your battle in your drop. So you can sack off your field card and then pay 1 and 1 Z energy to drop it instead. And this is very good because you can drop it in. You can use this in almost any green deck, which is really good because you got to at least pay out 1 green energy for it. So this is a really nice addition. Like green kind of doesn't have the best tools with the Z deck. Like it's been hampered for most of the game. its Z deck was a lot less effective generically than most of the other colours. So this is a really nice generic one that all green decks can actually make good benefits from. And then you've got the other skills. So the first one being Auto, activate once per turn. If you have 2 or more energy when a battle card is placed in the drop, this card gets 5k power and double strike for the turn. So that's pretty good. You got a way to make it so it becomes a 20k, 25k double striker for the turn. You paid 1 energy, 1 Z energy for. Really, really good. Then you got the activate main once per turn. If you have 3 or more energy and you place 1 non-unique card in your battle area from your drop, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. And remember, with the auto, it's just when a battle when a battle area card is played. I don't know why it's battle area card when it should be a card in the battle area, a card in a battle area. So if you use the activate main to make KO when your opponent's battle cards, then that triggers the auto to give it 5k boost and give it double strike for the turn. So this is a really good generic card, a very nice one that all green decks should have. So I'm looking forward to adding that to some green decks because I do love the green decks in this game, even though they're not as strong as some of the other colours. That's a very good Z battle card, and it also gets a Z extra, so not too much. It gets like one of each. It gets a Z leader, Z battle card, and a Z extra. So the Z extra for this Broly deck is Gigantic Meteor of Destruction. So it's basically his attack. His big attack is like signature one, and it's a 1 cost with 1 Z energy, like we see most Z extras be. And it's got 2 activate battle skills, both limit 1. So we'll go with the first one being remove this card from the game as a cost. So you got to lose it to use it. Choose up to one of your cards and it gets 10k power for the battle. When an opponent's battle card is KO'd by that battle, your opponent discards 1 card from hand. So like incremental, essentially incremental hand control, just ditching 1, but you're doing it for free or almost free. Because I think for either effect you've got to lose this card to use the effect, and it's just a way to give 10k power for the battle. So you use this for a finisher, which is pretty good, or use it to help push into a battle card. I'm not sure the big benefit of that. But you got the ever activate battle, which is also limit 1. If you have 4 more energy, your Broly is in a battle in which it's attacking a battle card, and you remove this card from the game. So once again, you got to lose it to use it, and this is specifically when a Broly attacks a battle card. Your card that's in battle gains 30k power for the turn, so a big boost, and it's for the turn as well. And additionally, if an opponent's battle card is KO'd by that battle, you may place 1 of your Z energy in your drop at the end of the battle. If you do, your opponent discards 2 cards from their hand. So that's pretty cool. You get to give a huge benefit to one of your attacking card. Well, Broly cards is attacking a battle card. 30k power is a big, and it's for the turn as well. So if you can restand it to attack again, that is pretty good. I think one of them can. And then if you lose Z energy at the end of the battle, if you are successful in KOing that card, drop a card from your Z energy to make your opponent discard 2 cards, and that's a lot better. That's probably a better effect, but yeah, it's a pretty decent card. We'll see what else can really get benefits out of your Broly cards really from this as well. So then getting into some of the cards, I think some of them are quite themed and they're not actually great. Like, it's not many great ones you're going to be taking from this. Like, some of them are a bit more thematic for the fun side of it, if you want to play, like, reenact the movie essentially. And this guy's one of them. So buy a Broly out of control monster, because I think it does seem weird. Like there's some like extra little things that are from the 3rd Broly movie, the Buy a Broly movie, and some are from the first one. I think it's weird because like the leader seems like it's from the first one. Then you got the 2nd movie's covered by the Goten Gohan, and you got some cards like this which are covered in the 3rd movie. So it's like all 3 Broly movies covered in these in these 2 green decks, which is cool, but it's a bit weird. So this one, 25k, 0 cost 5k combo, ultimate unique unblocker, and 2 permanent skills. First one being this card can't be played from any area unless you have a Jaguars Island in your battle area and you have a Broly with energy cost 8 in your drop. So quite odd costs, but there we go. And then permanent, this card can't be removed from battle area by skills other than Jaguars Island skill. So it's got a nice little bit of protection where it's irremovable by skills, but then still it can be minus down, or have skills to get a dead pop. So there is 2 colors in the game, being red and yellow, it can just remove this without caring about its skills. Then you got an activate main. If your leader is a Brody card and you have 3 or more energy, play this card from your hand. So you got to get the Jaguars Island out before you can do that, but you can free play out a 25k attacker or for a DB as blocker. So it's not too bad. We have to see what the Jaguars Island do, because I'm guessing it's a field card since it's an island. Then we got some other ones now. We've got some 1-drop Brolys. So Broly Lone Warrior, 1-drop 5k. When this card is played, look up to 5 cards at the top of your deck, add it to 1 green Broly or Paragus to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So the searcher for the deck. Nothing more to say about that. It's just a 1-drop searcher. Then you got Broly and Paragus, Father and Son of Vengeance. So this one's Auto. When this card is played, activate up to 1 Broly's ring from your deck or drop and shuffle your deck if you look for it. So a good way to trigger your ring, and you can use this is like some nice also legacy support in a sense for the old OG Broly, or even if you want to use it in the Broly Surge deck as a way to get the Broly's ring put onto your board play straight from your deck or drop. But it's nice it gives deck drops. If you lose it to your drop, you can get it back and make use of that in this way as well. So then you got the activate main as well. Once per turn, discard 1 card from your hand as the cost. Add up to 1 red-green multicolored Brody card and equals 6 from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. So you're essentially replacing a card in your hand with a red-green multicolored Brody as a 6 cost from your deck. So that's cool. So you can use this. This is a very nice way to play it. Set up Broly's ring in your deck, and then discard the ever field card you need. I think Second Coming, or I don't know, whatever the field card's called, to be able to have it to get your Z leader live, and also get this multicolor in your hand that you can combo with. Actually combo with for a rival, which is cool. Then you got Paragus Strategist. So he's got an auto. When this card is played, draw 1 card, then activate it to 1 Broly's ring from your hand. So drawing a you're like replacing itself in your hand, but you're playing from your hand, whereas the other one plays from deck. Then you got an activate main. If your leader is a green Broly card and you have a Broly card in play this card from your hand. You can't play Paragus cards for the turn. So that's quite cool. You lock yourself out playing Paragus cards for the turn, but you get players for free from your hand if your leader's Broly and you have a Broly card in hand. Oh, in play, sorry. So that's quite cool. Then you got Never Paragus, Beginning of an Ambition. When this card is played, choose 1 of 2 effects. You either activate up to 1 Broly's ring from your deck and shuffle your deck. So this is one that can play. So you got 1 that plays from hand, 1 that plays from the deck, and then you got the other one being look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck, add it to 1 green Broly card to your hand and shuffle your deck. So you can find any green Broly card, which is quite cool. So these cards give a nice bit of consistency to the original OG Broly, and also some good consistency for the new one as well. So this is like it's cool. It's legacy support built into the actual new set. So it's not dedicated legacy support, so we've seen some things like in the last set, but it's stuff that can actually support the old leaders, so make them a little bit better and consistent. And it's got the same activate main as the previous one, being if you got a green Broly card, if your leader's a green Broly card, you have a Broly card in play, plus from your hand you can't play Paragus for the turn. I think we might get another one. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Okay, maybe not. But we've got Bio Warrior, Artificial Being, so never card supporting the part of the stuff for the 3rd movie, the Bio Broly movie. So this one is a free cost 15k. Permanent, this card can't be played from any area unless you have a Jaguars Island in your battle area. So it's again requiring that Jaguars Island card. So this seems like some. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know if it's going to be good. It depends what the fill card does. But they kind of this just seems like a very bad filler when it could have been better support for the actual deck in here. But you got also when this card is played, add it to 1 Bio Warrior card from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. So you should never copy itself because it's the little brackets got around it. Searching for the character. And then you got the activate main for 1 green. If your leader is green, play this card from your hand. So you don't have to. Depending on if Jaguars Island could be played with any green deck, you can have this way as play out in any green deck, which could be interesting. I'm not sure, but not impressed by the Jaguar Island stuff so far. Alright, so we're on to the extra cards now. So that's all the battle cards we've got that aren't multicolored. There are some multicolors we'll see in a little bit, but now we're on to the extra cards for this. So we've got Sealed Super Warrior. This is a 1-cost field. It has a permanent where this card is also treated as Broly's ring in your areas. So we got 3 Broly's ring cards. We've got the original Broly's ring. We got Demonic Restraint, the promo rebooted version of Broly's ring, and then we also have, as well as that, this one as well. So that's quite cool. We've got 3 different options of Broly's Ring depending on what you want to play. And it also has an auto, which is for 1 green if your leader is a green Broly card. When this card from your battle area is in rest mode, is placed in your drop. Play up to 1 red-green multicolored Broly card with entry cost of 6 from your hand. So that's cool. You get to, if you sack this off, green battle area, what is in rest. Would has to be in rest, but then I imagine there's a way to trigger that. You get the free play out a 6 cost red-green multicolored Broly. We need to see how strong it goes out, see how strong that effect is. Then we've got an activate main, where if you have a Paragus card in play and you switch the card to rest mode, choose it to 1 Broly battle card and negate your skill for the turn. So this is a way how you get to trigger that alternate awakening for the lead. Because remember, with the lead, it's got an activate main, where if you've got you've got 2 or more energy and a skillless Broly in play, you get to draw 2 cards, take your life down to 6, flip over. So this is a way to facilitate that alternate awakening. And you need to have a Paragus, but then most of the Paragus have ways to play the Broly's Ring in, which is quite cool. And then yeah, you just choose one of your Broly battle cards to get your skills for the turn, so you can get that awakening. That's the only time it's gonna be relevant. And you got to switch, and there's a way to switch this card to rest mode as well, which is quite cool. So that's the way to switch this card to the rest mode, which is the activate main. And it's a good thing that the Paragus will play for free, so you don't have to worry about paying energy for that as well. And then we got Dorman Super Warriors, the another fill card we get for this deck. And this one's permanent is instead, this card is also treated as Dorman Legend in all areas. So you've got a green copy of Dorman Legend. So Dorman Legend have 2 versions. So you have to play the 2 cost red one. You got this one as well as a replacement because of that permanent. And its effect is alternate 1 if your leader is a green Broly card and you have 3 more energy as the requirement. When this card is placed in its owner's drop from a battle area, play up to 1 SS Broly Glacial Awakening from your deck, hand or drop, and if you look through your deck, shuffle your deck. So this allows you to cheat out a specific card. We have to see what that card does. But yeah, just need to place in the drop area of the battle area. Once you've got 3 more energy with a green Broly leader, and then you get to play it from almost any area as well, which is good, a good selection. So it's interesting to see those 2 fill cards from different archetypes being put together to be combining this and getting new versions of them, well, essentially new cards that just basically can also be them, and a little bit easier to use with other effects. And then we have I think the last one being Jaguars Island. So Jaguars Island is a fill card. It's a 1 cost, so quite cheap to play, and it's got a permanent where your opponent's leader gains the following skill. Being activate main for 2 energy, choose up to 1 field extra in your opponent's battle area and place it in his owner's drop. So essentially, this field gives your opponent a way to kill your field, which is weird. Don't know if there's any benefit in doing that, but we'll see now with 2 autos. First one being limit 1. When this card is placed in the battle area, add up to 1 Bio Warrior card from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. So I can't remember, I didn't check properly if that Bio Broly was a Bio Warrior. I can't remember if the Bio Warriors, these tags, if it's the trait or the character. Either way, I imagine it'd probably be Bio Warrior trait, so you can search for the Broly if it is also a Bio Warrior. And then the other rule is when this card is placed in its owner's drop from the battle area, choose all your Bio Warrior cards placed in your drop. So essentially, this card is a fill card that allows you to play out cheap or almost free some of the Bio Broly card and the Bio Warrior card. But it also gives your opponent a way to KO this, or gives you a way to remove this fill card. And if they do use the option of remove the fill card, then you nuke your board of any Bio Warriors you set up in there. So that's really weird. Nah, it's terrible. That's just terrible filler. That could have been. They could use it for such more, well, not such more, but a lot better things for actual decks. It seems like they're taking 3 cards out, 3 cards from the archetype to make this trash. These trash cards covering a different movie than what the actual deck is covering. Trying to cover all 3 movies in one deck, and 3 of them being for the last movie is just really trash cards that basically didn't need to be made and could be made with better support. So that's really disappointing. And once again, it's in green. Banner just have the habit of doing things like this in green, which is a real shame. I thought we were making progress with at least with the last lot of stuff. It's a shame. But then we move on to the semi one. So we got some multicolored cards for green for this deck. So we have SS Broly Tenacious Onslaught, 8 cost 35k, so a big boy. And it's Energy Exhaust, Double Strike. You got a way to play it in by EX Evolve for 1 red or 1 green by drawing a card, by evolving it on top of a green or red or green Broly with entry cost of 4. Or you arrival in for 1 red, for red green, paying 1 green and 1 of any other colour. So if you don't have to have red if you don't want to for arrivaling in, which is pretty cool. Then it also comes with 2 autos. First one being when this card is played, you put this card's 1 card from hand. So very like a small amount of discard, just discard 1 card when it's played. Once again, that can trigger fake like cards people mostly siding for green to help deal with hand control, because people hate hand control. And then you got the other auto once per turn. When an opponent's battle card is KO'd by this card's attack, you draw a card, switch this card to active mode. Additionally, if your opponent's life is at 2 or more, and your opponent has 3 or more energy, deal 1 damage to them. So this is pretty good. This is a pretty good effect, because remember with the Z extra card, you can give this card an extra 30k power for the turn, and when you're swinging at one of the battle cards, which is really good, and then allow you to make sure you're pushing in the killing that battle card you're attacking into, be it then 65k base, and then be able to draw a card, so gain a card, restand this, you can attack again, and then if your opponent's life is at 2 or more, so 2 or more is being very low, so if your opponent's at 3 life, you put in within kill range because it's got double strike, or even on 1, so that way you can just not worry about any negates that take life to finish them off, and your opponent's got at least be at 3 energy, which is easy enough to get to, deal damage to them. So you can potentially put your opponent all the way down to 1 by using this enough times, which is really cool. So this is a really good card. I think this is a really good card for the deck, and even for the Broly Surge deck as well. So then we have an SPR of it as well, because once again you got no green SPRs, and like the everyone did, and it's a multicolored deck strategy. So like we saw the Gogeta, this is a multicolored deck strategy. So it's got that, and it gets a nice little SPR, and it actually is a pretty sick SPR as well. They're always improving with every set. And we've got the 6 cost multicolor Broly card, being SS Broly and The Nightmare Begins. So 30k power and entry source. Do have skills really apart from that, but it's got 3 autos. First one is when this card is played, it gains critical for the turn. And additionally, if you have 3 or more energy, you may choose one of your Paragus cards, placing your drop, and if you do during that turn, this card can attack a battle card in active mode. So not great effect, gain critical is cool, but be attack things in active mode. That's imagine that's the red side of it. Then the second auto once per turn, when an opponent's battle card is KO'd by this card's attack, switches to active mode. So since you make it dual attack, since you leaders got ways to stop your opponent from stopping it attacking battle cards, that's quite cool. So you can help clear your opponent's board, but also then put pressure on your lead with it being critical. Then you got this last auto, which is when this card is removed from your battle area by a skill or KO'd, activate up to 1 Dormant Legend from your deck, hand, or drop, and if you looked at your deck, shuffle your deck. So you can use the Broly's Ring to get this out, and then make use of it, and if this gets removed, you pay out the Dormant Legend, and use Dormant Legend to get out the card that specifies on it. I can't remember which one it is now, because memory's not great with just looking through it quickly. But that's quite interesting. Then we got the one, I remember Bandai didn't reveal this one. They did reveal it, but they revealed it with the wrong text. They revealed it with Never Cards text, and then rather than just put out the actual thing, they put out they took a quick photo and went, there we go, that's what the actual card does. Sorry, we forgot to put it properly. Bandai being Bandai, always doing terrible things, but we forgive them all the time for some reason. So this is SS Broly Z-Awaken. I think this is the one we can get off the Dormant Legend card field. So 4 costs 20k, energy source deflect. Permanent, if you have a green Broly card in your energy or battle area, and it gets cards energy source skill in all areas. So you got your check land, that's really good. You got your check land there. And then you've got an auto, discard 1 card from your hand as a cost. When this card is played, choose it to one of your leaders, and it gets 5k power until the end of your opponent's turn. So kind of 5k boost, like a bean, defensive, offensively and defensively as well. That's not too bad card. You're going to be using this in the deck as your check land. You need to have a Broly card in your energy or battle area. So it's very easy to charge turn 1, a Broly card, make use of that energy. The next turn, start checking these check lands down. So it's even better support for Broly Surge, which is really good. And then there is one last card. It gets a TP as well, being Paragus, Sacrificial Warrior. So it's a cantrip. When this card is played, draw 1, but it's got a second auto, which is discard 1 card from your hand. When this card in a battler is placed in the drop by a Broly card skill, add up to 1 green field extra with entry cost of 1 from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. And that's any green 1-drop field extra as well. So you can get the Demonic Restraint, the ones in this set, you can get different ones, Jaguars Island, whichever one you want, add it from your deck to your hand when you sack this off by a Broly card skill. So not too bad, not amazing, but still pretty good. But yeah, this deck, it could have been better because it's got the BioWarrior stuff. The BioWarrior stuff is just trash. It's just wasted, wasted space. Just 3 cards that are irrelevant and not going to be used. It could have just been things that actually help the deck make it a little bit better. And it's like filler in One Piece. It's just terrible, and just unless you just a waste of time having it there. Just continue on with the actual story. But yeah, I reckon this deck is, I'd say like out of 1 to 5, once again 1 being meta, 5 being trash, I'm gonna have to give this a 4. Like, it's not too bad, but then I feel like all the most of the cards in it is better off being used in like OG Broly to make that, like, you can use a better deck out of that, or in Surge Broly, like putting a Z lead and some of the other ones like the Broly Checkland stuff in with that leader to make that one better. So I feel like the cards for this deck are better used in the Ever Broly decks to make them stronger. Like, this is like a legacy support kind of in a deck for it. But I don't think this deck is that great. It's got some good cards, but they're better used in Ever Broly decks. So this is a 4 for this one. Let me know in the comment section if you disagree. And that'll be it for the green decks. Now we're going to move on to yellow decks. My favorite, my main color in the game is yellow. So even though I do play a lot of red and green, but yellow is my main one. So if you want to check that out, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Helps the channel out greatly. And then we'll check us out when we come back to look at the yellow decks in this set. So that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next one. Bye.